So CES, the one thing that CES is really known for is being a showcase of TVs.
Oh, yeah.
New TV display technology, the biggest TVs we've ever seen, the most expensive TVs. So this year, LG, Samsung, TCL, and Sony had their booths up, of course. There were a lot of TVs. LG had their first 8K OLED TV. They had a second generation OLED TV, which they're calling OLED Evo. Samsung had their own TVs. The ones I want to highlight for our audience, my number one pick, Samsung's Micro LED TV. Okay, so Micro LED.
We saw this last year. Something.
We
right?
saw the wall.
The wall.
The wall.
Literally, they just sold you a wall because the TV was so big. Here it is.
Yeah. So the wall was made up of individual micro LED squares that were built together. This is an actual TV, one unit that you can buy, a 110-inch micro LED TV. For comparison, that is 55-inch.
That's almost 12 feet, right?
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's four 55-inch TVs stuck together. Okay. Massive. But what makes this so cool is OLED stands for organic light emitting diode.
Yep.
And that's where the pixels can actually turn off and you get those perfect inky blacks.
I remember the what was it? The Microsoft Zune was the first thing that introduced this way back in the 2000s.
Yeah, I think you're right. And the problem with that is it's organic, so it can actually decompose and you get pixel burn-in. That's not good. It's where the image is stuck on the screen.
Yep.
Micro LED fixes this by not using an organic compound. It's using an inorganic material that will never degrade, never decompose. So in my opinion, this is the future of display technology, and that's why it's my number one pick.
So can we go out and buy it?
It is actually available. I think it's in South Korea.
Why didn't we get this?
Well, it's $156,000.
Oh, okay. So it's like, do you want to get a new house, or do you just want to have a micro LED TV?
Live out of the cardboard box
with a huge micro LED TV as one wall.
Yeah, it's one wall. Yeah.
Okay, well that does sound cool, and eventually we'll see that trickle down, obviously, to consumer tech more.
That's the hope, is that you start out with this technology and it can be built maybe into smaller devices first, like a watch or a phone, and then gradually expand depending on pricing. But yeah, I love it.
Was there any more TVs you had that were a little more?
The one other TV, a little bit more within reach, more affordable, was TCL's OD0 Mini LED TV. Okay. So what mini LED
people shouldn't get this confused, right? Or is it the same thing?
Micro LED is like OLED. The pixels emit their own light.
Each pixel is an LED or whatever.
It emits its own light. Yep. Self-emitting diode. These mini LED TVs have a backlight that is actually composed of mini LEDs. So these are LED units that are like a 40th of the size of normal LEDs. Super tiny. I think the newest TVs are fitting like 30,000 of these behind the panels.
Wow, that's insane.
Okay. And what these allow you to do is have dimmable zones. So you get localized dimming where if an area of the picture is black, those LEDs can turn off. So this helps improve contrast, but it's at a super affordable price. So TCL introduced it. It's their OD0 or optical depth 0, which just means the LED, the mini LED backlight panel array is flush against the display. So you're getting better color accuracy, better vibrancy, better brightness. There's less blooming around the pixels, and it's going to look awesome. So, and TCL is known for having super affordable TVs. It's coming with their 6 Series TV, and the 65-inch this year was $900. So I'd expect a similar price for this technology as well.
Yeah, I actually, as my best thing moving on for CES, or one of the best things I had, was 8K TVs and OLED TVs becoming more affordable. Because right now they're, I think you were looking at OLEDs, and they're like starting at $1,400, $1,500.
Pretty much, yeah. For
55
inches, you're looking at, I almost want to say like $1,400 to $1,500 minimum for new, and sometimes even open box deals could get you down to like $1,200, but that was the absolute lowest.
Like, you're really searching the discounts. And 8K TVs, I think, start at like maybe $1,800, $1,900, but pretty much always like $2,000 and up.
$2,000 up, yeah.
So what the good thing here is we're actually seeing those come down in prices. We saw TCL announce it would be bringing 8K to those 6 Series TVs that you mentioned.
Okay.
And those are known for being, well, not the most affordable ones that TCL offers. They're known for often starting under $1,000. So they haven't announced prices yet, but 8K coming to under $1,000.
That could be great.
That'd be pretty awesome. I mean, there's definitely going to be drawbacks too.
Yeah,
but
8K, I mean, if you have to get a more affordable 8K TV, then it's like what 55 inches, and then do you need 8K?
But if you're like really sitting really close to your TV often, having the extra pixels could be pretty nice. More importantly, we're seeing OLED becoming more affordable, and not TCL because they're not really in on that OLED game, but LG actually announced it would be releasing a new series called the A1, and these series of TVs would be OLED and won't feature stuff like a 120 hertz refresh rate or HDMI 2.1, so it won't be as premium as other models, but it will be OLED and will hopefully bring the OLED TVs down more to like 1,500 or maybe even 1,000.
Sub 1,000, that'd be so nice.
I don't know. I think that's a little too much to hope for, but at least to 1,500 would bring it into a price range of more, everyday people.
That's actually kind of what I spent on our TV.
Yeah.
So the fact that I could get OLED for that, pretty enticing, given the contrast ratio, the picture quality, and 60 hertz is fine for pretty much all content, even if you are gaming. Like,
yeah. I mean,
4K 60
unless
is
you're
fine.
super into gaming.
Yeah,
if you
need 120, then I would hold off, go with a different TV. But for just general movie consumption, general gaming, I think the picture quality OLED offers super enticing.
Yeah, and we should see both of these come out most likely August, September, sometime in there.
Yeah, I think typically I even want to say like March or sooner.
No, the 6 series last year, I looked, they were available August.
Okay.
LG, we don't know because it's a new line entirely, but I'm going to say
it's going to be before Black Friday.
Q3 maybe, maybe Q2 if we're lucky.
Sure.